Greetings, everyone. It's time for my Game of the Year of 2013.
The Last of
Pikmin
Us Part
3?
1.
No.
Feels.
Shin Megami Tensei 4?
No.
Phoenix Wright Dual Destinies?
You wish.
This doesn't look like Link Between Worlds to me.
Link Between Worlds is a close second.
No, it's first to me. It'll always be in my heart. It's The Last of Us for the PlayStation 3. Are we guys ready for another whopper of a commentary? Because this is about as... Now, it's 2 parts shorter than our Resident Evil 4 stuff. But, you know, I guess you could consider this the Resident Evil 4 of our time. Well, of the new age.
And by the time this comes out, the PS4 version should be out.
Yeah, to no difference.
Topical.
I'm still not convinced by it.
Well, in case you missed it the first time.
You missed it the first time, last year.
Well,
It's not like you could find a used copy for $12 in any GameStop on the planet.
Ted, that was so long ago.
To be fair, it's not compatible with both consoles, and people who didn't have a PlayStation 3 don't necessarily want to get both consoles, so now they can get it for either one and just get whichever one they feel like getting.
Honestly, I'd rather just get the $12 used version, but that's just me.
Also, happy birthday, Joel. Have a wristwatch.
It's a dad present.
It's a dad present. I wouldn't want a wristwatch if I had a daughter, but...
Okay, what's a Father Lewis sort of present?
Video
Funny
games.
tie?
Video games.
Or a funny
tie.
tie with a video game character on it. But
What about those 8-bit ties?
That could work, yes. But this is a sweet scene, and she's a sweet girl, and that's why I call this part the feels, because, well, anyone who's played more than 10 minutes into this game knows.
You know, the PS4 release coming soon at the time of this recording, you know, is good for those that, for some reason, ignored The Last of Us on their PlayStation 3. Even then, The Last of Us, graphically speaking, is still fantastic looking. It's just definitely one of the best looking realistic games.
Yeah, I think it's PS3's best looking game in terms of realistic stuff.
Well, graphics-wise, it's not that special, just like in terms of technology. It's just they put a lot of detail into the environments, and you'll start seeing it even as far as this room. Like, if you look around at just everything that's there, there's stuff everywhere, just little details all over the place. Also, if you look around the house during this section, you'll find stuff like this card on the table, just to look at.
Yeah, this game is very exploratory.
Mm-hmm.
They really wanted you to look at the environments and, you know, see the amount of detail they put into these. Because during my first playthrough, I took note that, you know, I haven't really seen a lot of repeating environments. And that's, now, there are repeating themes, obviously, which admittedly is a bit of an issue I have with The Last of Us later down the road. But just in terms of the structure of every set piece you go through, nothing repeats, and I appreciate that.
Yeah. Oh, they only reuse assets when they should, and that's like almost every game I've played, especially this generation where graphics budgets tend to get high, cut corners with everything all over the place wherever they can. So you're going to see a lot of the same assets reused almost everywhere. Whereas here, it's like, yeah, they'll use the same grass assets, and they'll use the same hillside assets, or at least the textures, but...
Or the same door asset, but...
Yeah.
Oh, I have that door too. And
they don't use it frequently enough that you'll notice it if you're not looking for it. Also... Hello, explosion.
No,
That
don't
awkward
look at
moment.
them! Don't look! Oh, you're not
That
a cool
awkward moment
guy.
when you realize the image in your television screen may be closer than it appears.
For a second, I thought you were going to use a Stairmaster. Daddy said use Stairmaster when you're stressed out. It's not working!
There's no use command.
Well, it's always pretty easy to tell when there's something in the environment you can interact with. And that's a good thing, because there's a lot of shit in the environments, and you wouldn't be able to tell otherwise if they didn't give you that little circle icon, or the shiny thing that tells you can pick something up.
And if you take too long in a particular area, you get was it L3?
Yeah.
prompt that gives you focuses your
points.
view on a certain object.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, dumbass, over here.
Oh, well, it's helpful at least.
Yeah.
Finally, a video game that has the same phones everyone uses in the modern day.
I don't know. I still saw a landline in her room, and I don't know anybody that still uses a landline today.
I think the most
well.
egregious example of that is the Phoenix Wright universe, where people still have flip phones in, what is it, like 2021 or whatever that game takes place in.
Are we talking specifically Dual Destinies or the original
No,
GBA?
even in the original. The first game
Well,
takes place in like 2016, and Phoenix still has a phone from 1999.
Heck, flip phones are the talk of the town.
Also, to be fair, flip phones are still popular in Japan.
Also, I'd like to commend this game for being one of the 5 games on the planet that accurately portrays gun safety, because we're going to see Joel fumbling with a gun case for like 3 minutes here, trying to get his gun out.
Yeah, it's not set up, which is what you're supposed to do. But.
Yeah, I know. Kind of inconvenient when the zombie apocalypse hits.
Nobody told Joel this is a video game.
Yeah. Yeah, we in case you haven't noticed from the accent and stuff, we kind of live in the South, in one of the states where guns are legal and you can have one in your home.
Well, no, guns are
Well, we're in
legal
Texas.
in every state.
No, I mean like where it's more common to have one. Like guns are legal here in New Jersey. God knows who has one around here, though.
Yeah, I don't know anybody who owns a gun around here.
Yeah, this prologue takes place in Texas.
In my state, you have to jump through all kinds of hoops to get a gun license. Very inconvenient when the zombie apocalypse hits.
Well, actually, most zombie lore nowadays says that zombies are attracted to loud noises, like, conveniently, gunshots. So you're actually better off just getting a garden axe from a Home Depot and using that instead.
That's actually done in this game. The best weapons are the blunt ones or the bow and arrow that cause no noise.
Yeah, definitely. The guns are for when you can get up to them while they're not looking and get in a headshot that instantly kills them before you can hear them.
Honestly,
Or when
I'd
they're
save
close
the,
quarters inside a building.
well, no, honestly, I'd save the guns for when it's just clear that you're gonna attract zombies anyway, and you might as well use the most effective
Well, pretty much.
thing.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, it's like if you have no other convenient way of killing something quickly, you're going to use the gun. But this is one of those games where resource management is a huge thing.
Depending on the difficulty, but
yeah, more so than actual horror games that come out recently. You're going to be watching your inventory a lot.
in your fucking face, Resident Evil.
Well, not to say this game lacks its action elements, because whenever there's a human opponent, they've got guns, and probably better guns and a lot more ammo than you.
Yet you can't just pick them up and take them for yourself.
Yeah.
No, that
It's almost like every gun has its own type of ammo.
every gun
Weird.
every gun has ID tag, and you don't have the nanomachines to. Wait a minute.
I was about to say that, yes.
Well,
But,
Ted, nothing's stopping you once you've killed the guy to just take their AK-47 with all their rounds.
What?
Ooh,
I don't follow.
An Iliad No, that's stupid. It's dirty.
In any case, this entire segment is technically playable because you can look around freely as the girl.
Yeah, Sarah.
So you're gonna see stuff happening in the environments, and this is unfortunate, although considering what happens at the end of this segment, that's probably a good idea they didn't come with you. Or maybe they got eaten by zombies before they got that far, who knows. I'm going to make a confession. When we get out of the car here, I actually died in the next area the first time I played.
I died once here too.
It's like
What area specifically? What was it?
When you're running.
Well, here the thing is, you're supposed to run in a very specific direction along with everyone else, and if you're not really paying attention, you can lose track of where you're supposed to be going, and if you walk out of those boundaries, you get instantly tackled down by a zombie and killed. Not that it matters, because you have infinite lives anyway, but, yeah, kind of a small, shameful element of my first attempt to play through this game.
What are they running from?
I'm trying.
Sarah, not now.
We have AMC. You've seen The Walking Dead, right?
Stop here, Tommy.
But this is nothing like that.
Behind me too.
Why is it that during these zombie apocalypses, some dumbass always parks a trailer or a tractor trailer across the road like a freaking roadblock?
It's a guild.
Do you know what's the best thing to do? Lock the doors and stay inside.
Wait for the
Oh.
army to take care of it. Because
Well, I
they're
don't think
good
we-
at that sort of shit.
I don't think our group here had that option because their doors were made of glass. Stupid country houses. You know?
I knew I shouldn't have gotten that one floor patio.
Seriously, though, that always bothers me in every single zombie thing, ever. It's just like, if this were to happen in the real world, you know, the military would be able to take care of that, but because it wouldn't be interesting that way, they just gotta go like, the military didn't work, okay, let's ignore that now, and have more...
You know what, though? In the kind of story where someone would stay inside the building for the entire duration, they'd probably get nuked by some sort of hammer-down protocol from the military.
Poor
Well,
Raccoon
that's,
City.
That's exactly what happened to Raccoon City.
Yeah.
Yeah, the thing about the Raccoon City apocalypse is that the news of the zombie apocalypse didn't get out for quite a while because Umbrella was suppressing the news and all of that. This, on the other hand, is a worldwide event. So I'm pretty sure the military is working, just not at this particular spot right now.
And it at least is slightly based off of a real-life phenomena.
Oh yeah, the fungus that takes over insects, right?
Yeah.
Cordyceps.
Yeah.
Yeah, apparently that was the inspiration for this.
It's not just generic random evil McVirus.
It might as
Yeah.
well be generic random evil McVirus, but I do appreciate the attempt to kinda sorta make it original.
I will agree with you on the basis of how the cordyceps reacts and how it spreads. You know,
Although
because I don't know what the real life effects of cordyceps on the human brain are.
Basically nothing, because we're so different from insects.
Yeah, because you know we've seen you look on like nature documentaries, you can see the effects on insects or whatever sort of jungle life there are. But on humans, no one's really clear. But I doubt it's as bad as The Last of Us makes it out to be.
No, it's
Nah.
just okay. Let's run with this.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
it is. I assume, from an evolutionary standpoint, this is a variation of that fungus that learned or evolved how to attack humans.
Yeah, it's like
instead
some
of
sort of super strain.
Yeah, and that's usually how these pandemic stories go. Super flu, super fungus, whatever.
In the end, that's the reason why isn't usually important in these type of movies, games, whatever.
Yeah, we're not doing Metal Gear Solid just yet, Ted.
It's not.
Now-
That's usually not why you watch a zombie movie. You watch it to see how humanity would survive, and oh, humanity is the true monster. Yada yada yada. Yeah, that. Nobody really cares why the zombies exist anymore, but still, it's just it's nice to see that they at least tried in that aspect. So.
For the love of God. That happened to
Okay,
me too.
we're done here.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Yeah. This
You
isn't
know, we have
realistic
the
at
dagger
all.
of time with us.
More like you're completely defenseless in this section, so one fuck up and you're dead. So
Well, you were asking
Yeah,
for it because you actually looked back. You're not supposed to look back.
It's deceptively easy to screw up in this last run here, though, because the zombies that pop up in the sides, if you get too close to them, they'll instant kill you. All right, now we're going to see the part where the military, or rather the military's boss, decides to be a dick. This guy's just following orders, and I kind of like that he hesitates, although he did get himself shot over that.
Daddy, what about Uncle Tommy?
You to safety.
There is no Uncle Tommy.
I'm not Tommy.
Oh, God damn it. The cordyceps. What have they done?
Dude, come on. It took me like 10 years to repress that shit. Really? Really? Gonna have nightmares for a fucking week.
At this point, the military is in full-on pandemic control and doesn't know what it's doing.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Small thing, some people who aren't as educated in guns might be wondering, why does this guy have a revolver and not an automatic? Well, that would be because revolvers are generally accepted more as self-defense weapons these days than assault
Okay, baby,
weapons.
stay with me.
No, fuck it. Revolvers are just cooler.
I'll pick you up.
Now, actually, legitimately, revolvers are more suited to self-defense because of how they load.
Well,
They're
no,
also more reliable in a way.
no, I just think
but,
they look cooler. I mean, a hard-boiled detective with a 1950s fedora and a revolver, badass. If you use an automatic, you're just a chump.
With so low confidence. By the way, Sarah's dead.
Sarah.
Sarah.
Yeah, the feels. They actually made you like this girl for within the first 5 seconds of the game.
And
Or at
that was
least
the
they
first
made you
red
like her.
flag.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's gonna die.
She wasn't. She wasn't the girl. She wasn't the girl on the cover.
Yeah.
Heavy. Let's see. Likeable, happy family. Oh, I see heavy rain syndrome coming in here.
Well, no. To be fair, his family has problems. There's no mom in the family.
Well, they were still happy. So.
Relatively
If you,
speaking.
also, if you looked around the house a bit more thoroughly, you would find that Joel's having a bit of a business problem.
Yeah.
What was Joel doing before?
He
this
was a
all
carpenter, but he was looking to start his own business.
News broadcast montage.
Well, we need to find a way to skip ahead 20 years.
Yep,
Yeah. And give us a good backstory.
So basically, we have ourselves a situation where humanity has locked themselves away in gated communities. Military ruled. It's pretty dang hard for communication to happen between different communities, especially over a long distance.
Why can't we
Because
just
that
use the
would
internet?
involve sending people through the zombie-infested wasteland, and I'm pretty sure all the internet lines got blown up when things exploded.
Radio? Phone?
Well, you can still use radio, but
Radio only goes over a certain distance,
Yeah.
I think.
yeah. And phones have to have lines.
Mm-hmm.
I don't understand. My phone doesn't have any lines on it. It's
Oh yeah, but it
Ted,
transmits.
you're gonna be
tower.
the first to go.
It transmits to a tower that does have a line, and then that signal goes along that line to another tower that transmits it to the other phones. Magical.
okay, magic. That you see, you just need to say words like that, and then it'll make sense.
Oh my god.